So, one step after another, I am discussing with you. The next one is that of agriculture and irrigation. Many of the achievements of the Cholas were made possible through new developments in agriculture. Agriculture, especially, it is coming under the primary occupation. Okay, agriculture, hunting, fishing, these are considered as the primary occupation. COVID-19 time, actually, many people thought that primary occupation was the best. So what is happening now, now people are migrating from the urban to the rural area. Earlier they migrated from the rural to the urban area. Now going back to village. After going back to village, what are they going to do? They can't do any secondary or tertiary occupation. They will start doing the same occupation that they did long time back. That means they will adopt or they will start doing agriculture or cultivating their lands. So by that time, actually, the main resource was rest was coming from agriculture. River, Kaveri's delta region, and water was immense help by that time. As I told you, rivers are actually making the delta at the end, mouth of the river, they are making by the depositional action, and the old stage actually they are making, and it is looking triangular, so it is a triangular shaped region. So it was the most fertile region, river, whether it's Kaveri, your Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, these are the rivers of plateau region, or your Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra, these are your perennial rivers. Okay, Indus, Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra, these are your perennial rivers. Or Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, these are your peninsular rivers. So Kaveri is the peninsular river. That means it is dependent on the rainfall. Okay, if there will be no rainfall, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri will be dried up. Okay, if there will be no snowfall, then there will be your river Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra, Indus, it will be dried up. Okay, so here actually they are dependent on a particular source of water, and at the end point, what these rivers are doing, these rivers are depositing, they go on depositing the sediments. Okay, and the sediments are making a triangular shaped fertile region, that is the delta. Clear? So Kaveri deltaic region, actually they took the deltaic region into account because it was of immense help for agriculture as well as they got water also. Canals were constructed and 2 crops were grown in a year, rotational cropping method. In a rotation manner, by rotating, crops were grown. It is told that if you go on cropping one crop in a soil, then the fertility will be lost. Go on rotating. Punjab, Haryana, they are doing that sort of farming, rotational farming. Okay. So by that time also they had knowledge of rotational farming. Wells were dug out and tanks were constructed. Why wells were dug? So that they will get water. Why tanks were constructed? So that they will conserve water, they will preserve water, water harvesting. Okay. They had knowledge of water harvesting. They had knowledge of, digging the well or excavating the well and getting the source of water. Okay, different ways they adopted to get the water resource, to reach at the water resource, to use the water resource. Okay, next one, the administration of the empire. I told you everything about irrigation, agriculture, construction of temples, so many other things. Now it is coming the administration of the empire. How the entire empire was ruled. What are the system of ruling? Settlements of peasants known as the Ur became prosperous due to agricultural activities. Ur. Settlements of peasants where the peasants or the farmers settled down, they became prosperous. Okay? That means they started developing in their life. That means they got a lot of profit from agricultural output. Okay. So settlements of peasants were known as the Ur. Nadu, groups of such type of villages formed larger units called as Nadu. That means these farmers actually they created Ur actually settlements of peasants, and when we take into account a lot of Urs into account, that means Ur number 1, Ur number 2, Ur number 3, Ur number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that. Okay, so it gave rise to your Nadu. Here, Nadu's main work was to dispense justice and collect taxes. All these Nadus, okay, that means what we say, groups of such type of villages. It is a very, very big region was created actually. Nadu means it is a very big region. Tamil Nadu we say. Okay, so Nadu term came from that only. Clear? So the main work of these Nadus was to dispense justice and collect taxes. Justice delayed is justice denied. So how people will get quick justice, immediate justice? That was seen by whom? By the Nadu. And not only that one, they collected taxes also. Brahmadaya, one term is coming here. Brahmins upon received land grants as Brahmadaya. I told you earlier, Brahmins used to be the part and parcel of the kingdom. Kings used to give appointment to the Brahmins. Brahmins used to give, a lot of things to the king in return. They used to apply their brain in various places. Okay, and Brahmins used to receive land grants in various parts of India, not only in southern part of India. It was the norm, it was the tradition by that time that if any Brahmin is working under the king will give him land grant. Till that I find that in various parts of India, there are some Brahmins, those who got a lot of lands from your kings. They are the owner of those lands till date. Next one is that of your traders, trading community actually. By that time also traders were existing, traders were surviving. So the association of traders were known as your Nagaram. Also occasionally performed administrative functions in the towns. They used to entangle into the administrative functions at times as and when required. Inscriptions from Uttara Merur in Chengalpat district of Tamil Nadu provide details of the way in which Sabha was organized. Okay, how Sabha, the committee, the Sabha consists, it comprised of a group of people. Okay, that means especially it referred to the villagers, the important people of the villages, Sabha. Okay, so who became the member of the Sabha? Now the question is arising, who became the member of the Sabha? If today we say that Sabha, that means it is very Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. So Sabha here it refers to, that means where people are gathered, it refers to it. Here if you take Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, things are different here. Here general Sabha if you take into account, that means here it refers to the gathering of people for a particular purpose. The objective is fixed, Sabha. But who will be the member of the Sabha? Qualifications necessary to become member of the Sabha. Member of the committee of the Sabha. Committee of the Sabha. They should have their own homes. Okay? Own home. That means you should be resident of that area. Residential address. You should have your own residential address. If you do not have your own home, then you cannot apply. You can't become the member of the Sabha by that time. Your age should be of 35 to 70 years, in between that. As you are applying for different types of jobs, age limit is given. So here, to become the member of the committee of a Sabha, age limit is 35 to 70 years of age. Well versed in administrative matters. That means those who apply to be enlisted under the member of committee of a Sabha, they should be well versed in administrative matters. That means at least they should have knowledge of administration. Without knowledge of administration, you cannot be the member of the Sabha. Like that, you can't apply. You do not know anything ABC of administration and you are applying to be the member of the Sabha. Meaningless. Okay? If anyone has been member of any committee in the last 3 years, he cannot become member of another committee. Another thing is coming. That means If you are member of the committee of a Sabha, you remain there for 3 years consecutively, that means you cannot become the member of another committee of the Sabha. And next thing, you should have knowledge of Vedas also. The scriptures, the ancient scriptures, Vedas, the old books. Okay? Whether you have listened to Vedas or not, I do not know, but I have listened, and you can get a lot of knowledge from the Vedas. Okay? So, finally, we have come to the end of the chapter, and you learned several things in this chapter. And if any question is there, you can raise questions in the WhatsApp group, and question answer you will get. Classwork copies, your chapter will be uploaded. Okay, and extra question answers will be given to you. I will pass objective question answers to you also. You can do it as a practice set at your home. Okay, the first thing is that you understand the thing. If you are unable to understand the thing, then meaningless. Okay, so try your level best to go through this chapter, and don't be swayed away by others that I will be doing this one. It will be meaningless. Clear? So please go through this one. If any query is there from your side, you are free to write your question in the WhatsApp group. And if there is no question, remain silent, write question answer, write the questions that solve the questions that I am sending to you here. Thank you very much.